Without further ado, Bob Vitsotsky.
I wrote a book called Now What, and it's the real world advice for graduates. And it's not only for graduates, it's for people in transition too. If you find yourself, you're out of work or you're down in the dumps, read this book. It's very inspirational, and there's a lot of advice in it that I've learned from other people throughout the years. Here I am. I graduated WVU, West Virginia University, broadcast journalism major. I got the job of my life. I go to WPLJ in New York. And what do? The first day I show up to work in a plaid sport coat, black pants, and platform disco shoes. I basically got laughed off the floor. But what happened was the general manager and the general sales manager took me out, bought me suits and ties. And I'll never forget that. And the reason I wrote this book was I wasn't shown the way to the real world. And there should be a class that's taught in college to prepare you for the real world. This has helped me in my life, and I know it will help you. If money and resources were no object, write down everything you want out of this life. And then by writing things down, you now made them tangible instead of just talk. I don't care how audacious the idea is, write it down every year at the same time. So like in December, maybe the third week of December, go in a quiet room, go in the library, whatever, and write down all the things you want out of this life. And believe me, I've done this since age 22, and I've checked off so many things that I thought weren't possible. At 22, I wanted to be a general manager of a major market radio station by age 30. I wanted to build my own home, and I wanted to have a 450 SL Mercedes-Benz convertible outside. At age 30, I built that house in Evergreen, Colorado, brand new. I designed it, everything, hired an architect, builder, done. That's the 450 SL parked outside. And I was the general manager of 103.5 The Fox in Denver. So if anybody is from Denver, you'll know that that station's still a very powerful station. And again, by writing things down, it happened. This is great. Scared money loses. Let me make a point. My father and I were at a casino once, and we were at a craps table. He was on one end of the table, I was on the other end. And I was making bets, but I wasn't taking the max odds on the top of the bet. It's a long story, but I'll make the point and then we'll move on. So he says, son, why aren't you taking the max odds? You're not going to make any money. And I'm like, he says, you're playing with scared money. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I start putting max odds on all the bets. The money just kept piling in. It was like, holy mackerel. So scared money loses. Think about it. If you go to the casino or the racetrack or you play and you say, I'm going to go there, I'm going to only lose $200. Guess what? You're going to lose $200. You got to go in with the attitude like, I'm going to win. When you ski, when you're more relaxed, you ski better. When you golf and you have a lighter grip, you hit the ball farther. So scared money, I always say, don't play with scared money. Create a positive impact. One guy, I asked my boss to give me a recommendation one day, and it almost brought tears to my eyes. He said, Bob's a difference maker. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better reference than that. Job search, guys, it's a full-time job. I've been out of work many times. I've been fired, or I got bought out of a merger or whatever. It's a full-time job, and you have to take it serious. So you got to get up early in the morning, just like you would go to work, and hit your computer, do your networking. And I'm going to tell you something right now. 99.9% of every job I've ever gotten was from networking. It wasn't from sending a resume in. It wasn't from anything but finding out who I knew or who could help me get that job. So number one, networking, networking, networking. My daughter said this, and it's true. Don't compare yourself. Connect with people. You know, you don't worry about what the Joneses are doing. Worry about what you're doing. And, you know, anybody that says, I just do this job for the money, that's just such a wrong way to look at it. If you do a great job, the money will follow. And again, there's going to be times where you're going to have to reinvent yourself, maybe more than once. I've reinvented myself 3 or 4 times. You know, I thought I was going to be in the media business my whole life. Well, times change, and I couldn't be happier, because this is what I was put on this earth to do, is to go and speak to young people and give back what I've learned.